Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Firearm, ammo seized during raid in Westmoreland. Lawmen assigned to the Savannah Lamar Police seized a firearm, several rounds of ammunition, and lottery scamming documents during a targeted raid in Westmoreland on Friday. Reports are that about 5:45 p.m., a premises was searched, which resulted in a Browning single-action pistol with a magazine containing 6 9mm rounds, 8.45 rounds, 3 Remington 12-gauge rounds, 1 M16 magazine, 22 lead sheets, and firearm cleaning solutions being found in a house. No one was arrested in connection to the find. Investigations continue. 84-year-old linked to Hanover double murder turns himself in, confesses. An 84-year-old man has reportedly confessed to the double murder of 2 elderly women in Hanover on Saturday, August 12. The man, a farmer from Grange district in the parish, and the husband of one of the victims, allegedly confessed to the crimes after days on the run. Retiree Patsy Allen was found in her Kendall district home about 5 p.m. by a family member who alerted the Lucy police. She was rushed to hospital, where she was pronounced dead. 2 hours later, tragic struck again when Tika Anderson Nesbitt, 73, was found dead in her residence by a relative. She was stabbed in the head. It was later revealed that Nesbitt was Allen's caregiver. The killer reportedly fled the scene of both murders, but according to police, the elderly man turned himself into the Lucy police on Friday, August 18. After being legally cautioned, he confessed to the murder of both women, shedding light on the tragic incidents that officers say seemed to connect from the start. 72-year-old man charged for killing 59-year-old sister in St. Anne. A 72-year-old was on Thursday charged for the killing of his 59-year-old sister in Discovery Bay, St. Anne last weekend. Stanley Brady, an electrician from Portmore, St. Catherine, was charged with the killing of Lynette Brady from Tickles Avenue in Discovery Bay. The two reportedly had a dispute over land at the sister's house on August 12 around 6:10 p.m. During the dispute, the police said the woman was stabbed with a knife and chopped with a machete. It was further reported that when residents learned of the incident, the brother was set upon by an angry mob, which inflicted several wounds to his body. The police were called to the scene, and the brother was rescued from the mob. The sister was taken to hospital, where she was pronounced dead. The brother was hospitalized under police guard. Brady is charged with murder based on statements posited and after a question and answer session. No court date was given for the accused. Woman killed in hit and run. A woman reportedly died as a result of injuries received from being hit by a vehicle whose driver kept going along the Bustamante Highway in Clarendon Wednesday night. Then early Thursday morning, on the same stretch of road, a man was injured after being hit by a van. The dead woman has been identified as 34-year-old Stephanie Beeson. She was on her way home with her husband Jason when the incident happened. He told reporters that he and his wife got out of a taxi, and as he paid their fare, they heard a whistling sound. He tried to move his wife out of harm's way, but he was too late. She was hit by a van. Break her hand, foot, neck, back, and her ribs. She died on the spot, he said of the tragedy. Beeson was pronounced dead on arrival at hospital. The incident happened sometime after 10 o'clock in the vicinity of the Huntspen community. Her distraught husband thinks inadequate lighting along the roadway was a factor in her death. He complained that promises to fix the problem have not been kept. My sons will grow up without a mother. When everybody have their family, my own short, cause they are without a mother, he said mournfully. He believes speeding was also a factor in his wife's death. You're coming down, cut your speed. You don't know what is what, said Jason, who also criticized motorists who show a lack of respect for pedestrians. Meanwhile, according to the police, a few hours after Beeson was mowed down, another crash occurred about 200 meters away. The police said in the second incident, which took place about 4 o'clock Thursday morning, a Toyota Vaxi van hit a man who is believed to be mentally ill. The driver of the Vaxi lost control of the vehicle, hit the man, and then ended up in the drain, the police said. The man was taken to hospital, where he is still being treated. Painful night. Angie Rennie, the mother of 17-year-old Asafalo, who is suspected to have drowned at the beach in Alligator Pond in Manchester on August 6, has described her grief as a heavy burden that is difficult to bear, especially since a night was held for her son on Tuesday and his body has still not been found. Lo was affectionately referred to by Rennie, his siblings, other relatives, and friends as Raheem. Rennie at the night held a mechanical shop where Lo worked on Lyndhurst Road in St. Andrew told reporters that the suspected drowning of her promising son has made her feel empty, though she smiled constantly through the event. It mashed up my head bad. When they said that they couldn't find Raheem, I went down there and I was hopeful that they would, she shared. Adding that when she realized that many hours of search for him turned up no positive results, depression started to set in. According to her, it is by the grace of God that she can remain standing and smiling. I came back up to Kingston and it was rough for me, but I remember that I have 2 other children to care of. Raheem mashed me up bad, she said. What made her smile more intense, however, was her recollection of how much of a talented artist and cook Lo was. She shared that Raheem taught her a few skills in cooking, which he learned at the Macaulay High School where he attended. He was not an academic kind of child, so I told him whatever he wanted to do, I would support him. I thought more than less that he would want to go to Edna Mandel College of Performing and Visual Arts. He could look at you and just draw you. I always tell him to pursue his passion, his mother stated. She added, being a motor vehicle bodywork man was not Raheem's passion. He did it because he said his grandfather used to do it. What he loved to do was draw. He wanted to be a tattoo artist, but I didn't like that, so he said okay, he wouldn't do it. He drew various cartoon characters on my door. Drawing was a passion, but he didn't make up his mind yet about a career. He also loved to cook. He did cooking at Macaulay High School. He taught me to fry chicken. The way I used to fry chicken, he said, "No, mommy," and he showed me how to do it, and his way is better than mine, and that's why his food just had a different taste. I thought being a chef or an artist was what he wanted. A police report said that about 2:30 p.m. on Sunday, August 6, Lo and his friends went swimming at a beach in Alligator Pond when he reportedly got into difficulties and was seen sinking underwater. His grieving mother recently urged fund and thrill seekers in Alligator Pond to obey warning signs that say no swimming at sections of the beach. She also urged the authorities to close off a dangerous section of the beach known as River, which has been the scene of numerous drowning over the years, including 3 in the past few weeks. A week prior to the tragedy involving Lo, 23-year-old Canadian tourist Sutherland was suspected to have drowned at the same area. A few days after Lo's suspected drowning, Wayne Watson, an Alligator Pond fisherman of 17 years, became the 3rd victim of the treacherous waters. As it relates to the possibility of finding Lo's body after so many days, a source told reporters who is an expert in the fishing industry said that strong currents may have pushed him away, making it difficult to locate him. It depends on the current. You have the Guts River coming from Milk River side that enters Alligator Pond. The current might have taken him further out. He could possibly end up as far as Black River in St. Elizabeth. The sea would have taken him along the coast into mangroves and then water come and move him again. That may be so for us not finding him and why it is so difficult to do so. There are a lot of things we could have looked at. There is a possibility he could still be found, and even though his body may be a bit beaten up, his family should still be able to identify him. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell.